Frontline as we continue exploring the deeper story in the raging storm within the FDC. Honorable Semuju, why has Katonga remained a pain to Najana Nkumbi? Again, the issue of Katonga is arising now.
You see,
they are saying Katonga, it is Katonga that is bringing all this situation.
I joined the politics and FDC 2010. After the 2011 general elections, Dr. Besigye wanted to work with all democracy-seeking forces. But at that time, within the party, you announce a program and they say NEC hasn't approved it. He chose to go and stay at Katonga and started, that's why we were meeting with the Nambozes, the Kwagos, and all the others. FOC. Because you don't want to be encumbered by resolutions. The NEC has said we are not part of that program. If you want to do activism, you want to do civil disobedience, you come as a person. They don't have to be political parties. That's how he went there. In this particular case, and I have told Amriat in many meetings, you were the ones at Katonga every day saying those of us who were with General Muntu at Najana Nkumbi were body room politicians.
Was Nandala part of the group?
To be, he was partly there, but his involvement was not as much as the one of Amriat. And Amriat said they are bringing Katonga. Remember when she said those of us in Parliament are doing nothing, that he was going to bring defiance. I didn't know that the defiance he meant was money. So they were the ones who were in Katonga lambasting and haranguing everybody who is at Najana Nkumbi. Now I saw Amri at that level of dishonesty, that there are two power centers. Someone who has been in Katonga as a minister for works, someone who has been with Dr. Besigye, even when we had TDA meetings to try to arrive at a candidate, General Muntu is a very decent person. The people who came to pick Dr. Besigye from the meeting, Amriat was one of them with Odongo To and Ekanya. So the level of dishonesty, this time we cannot stand it anymore.
Well, Honorable Nandala, is the Katonga factor partly or majorly the major reason FDC is now on tenterhooks?
You see, I wanted also to put something in context, because we shouldn't get rid of issues of money. We have said he who has evidence, who alleges, must prove. And this business of tarnishing people, you know what I was saying? If you want to say somebody is dirty, you mention Museveni's money. But I want to tell you here that Semuju came in, he has told you, he came on the way. And we want to state that from 2001, we have funded elections. 2006, we funded. 2011 we funded. And I think...
And you accounted.
Yes.
You funded and accounted.
Yeah, and we've been there. And
but this time you're not accounting.
We have accounted. That's why I'm coming again. You see, if you cannot question those years, and you question 2021, is where I want to explain. That's why you see Doctor talking about there. A gentleman who has been supported by these other people, now you already bring Katonga and Najana Nkumbi. I have been there for Doctor from day one. And I want Doctor to come with him and say, the money I got was from this source. I want him to come and stay here, because this will solve a lot of problems. And we are working here, we are working with files. We know, we may not know all, but we have files about some of these issues. Semuju is here. He has a campaign. If there's an NMP who has funded the campaign very well, Semuju, if you are trying to use the inference.
No.
Listen,
can you respond to my question? I'll raise those issues later.
Okay.
To what extent is Katonga causing the unease at Najana Nkumbi?
Katonga, Doctor left FDC saying he's going to activism. In fact, he should act for activism. And in our constitution, under Article 12, duties of a member, which I must read here, so that everybody listen. The duties of every member is to protect the name of the party, work honestly and efficiently for the party, promote the aims and objectives of the party, register and vote, pay his or her party dues, canvass support for the party. The moment you don't register and vote, you are not a member. So for us as Najana Nkumbi, We said it will be too prolonged. We must do participate in election and activism. Our friends at Katonga says it's only activism. And the people who are saying activism are the people who are even elected, like Lord Mayor is saying. For me, I was waiting for Lord Mayor to say, Karukwago to resign. Then I would say, hey, it is serious. But for him, he's starting getting and whatever. Converse, pay his dues or party dues. Some of these members, you see, are just making noise, but they don't pay party dues. I want to thank also when you pay these dues from Parliament.
How about Besige?
You ask him. He doesn't pay. Even Lukwago, as the road mayor, he doesn't pay. But you see, making noise at whatever. The other one, canvas support for the party. To canvas support for the party, it means when our candidates have stood, you must campaign for them. We have history here.
Are you sure Besige doesn't pay his subscription, his membership to the party?
That's one we shall deal with at the right time. But I want to talk about this one, of where you support membership. I want here to live here. Semuju here and Lukwago were here. When the Amriat came here, they never conferred support for him. We can assume Mr. Amriat was what needed first. What about the local councillors? What about other MPs? I had one MP saying, I'm happy I'm the only MP from this region. That's very criminality. You cannot be only one and be happy. You should convert support for your members.
Okay.
So, sir, Kagwa, you brought us to deal with matters.
Okay.
So, what is the problem with Nagi?
You mean Honorable Semujo doesn't have FDC leaders?
If the votes of a mayor are the same voters of MP, why didn't the mayor is no mayor here?
Honorable Semujo, this in a way augments the argument from Honorable Nandala. Honorable, you hold it there. When he was addressing the press conference, he said, you and your group are targeting taking FDC to the National Unity Platform. That what you're raising is not the matter at hand. The issue that you're raising is to weaken FDC and deliver it to NUP.
And he said, you need to continue, that he would rather take a FDC to NRM.
I'm not sure he said that.
He said
Who said? I saw everything now. You see these people were there. I have
would
never
rather take it to NRM.
Where? Because I'm
But
here.
let me tell you.
Okay, that's okay. Let me record it. You see,
You see,
it's
for
okay.
me, I have worked for the FDC to the best of my ability, as people say. What I didn't do, I am sorry, it was not within my ability. As opposition, our view I am now running is different from them. Everybody who is involved in fighting the Museveni family that have taken over this country is an ally, whether you have a party or you don't have it. I don't see anything wrong working with NUP. I don't see it absolutely. Why shouldn't I work with NUP? Why shouldn't I work with any other opposition?
No, you want to weaken FDC and then build NUP.
Weaken it by doing what?
By mudslinging. The blackmail campaign.
You are missing the point. The last elections were there. He says we're not campaigning for Amriat.
Yes, you did.
I am the one who branded Amriat, drove him to the nomination before he was kidnapped from me there.
And that's where it stopped.
Because I also had a campaign to run. Ask Besige if I have been moving around with Besige. My duty is to brand you and release you to go and campaign. And I also concentrate on my own campaign because I am a candidate.
Yeah, but in your constituency, you never campaigned.
He didn't come to my constituency. In Kampala, the Wakiso, he only came to Nakawa. I was with him here in Naguru. And then we are tear gassed there. So really, they are just scapegoating. Me, I stood with FDC, and my work, by the way, in the campaign, you were the one inviting me every now and then to speak for Amriat. So did you want me to carry him on my back?
I just want to tell our viewers out there that shortly we'll be reading out some of the comments that are running on Afro Mobile. And we want to thank you very much for your subscription to Afro Mobile. Please continue.
So I'm asking you, did you want me to carry Amriat on my back? Because the moment you have candidates that are spread, in fact, their duty, if they are at a regional level, they can help. But the first and foremost, they have to do their own campaign for them to be successful. In my constituency, the whole of Chira municipality was blue. I campaigned for FDC candidate. I have councillors at all levels in my constituency. But for me, those are small things. I don't want to be diverted from the
Let's
bigger
get to
issue.
the big issue.
The bigger issues is money and elections.
The big issue
Yes. So these smaller issues, it's just people to attempt
is
to divert
Nandala's
you.
sinister plot that you allege that he wants to take FDC to NRM.
I have no doubt in my mind that by bringing money from Mr. Museveni, and I have no doubt that that money came.
Why do you link it to Mr. Museveni?
You see,
Is there any clue whatsoever?
There are things that we don't say. One time, the Honorable Amanya Mushega told me, Osijirenda.
But you said
So you may not want to disclose each and everything. But this money came. I have told you, Nandala says we're a party that is broke, we don't have money. The first thing is to go to motor care and buy brand new vehicles. This has never happened in the history of the FDC. In a campaign, I have prepared Dr. Vesey to go for presidential campaigns. We've been using old vehicles, just one van. But this time, brand new. And up to today, I don't know, except one that I sometimes see at Najanankom. The rest went with them. They are their vehicles. So the bigger issue in the FDC is that money came in. What were the conditions?
From undisclosed source.
Because
can you keep it at that?
Let me tell you, the tradition of the party, and I have been sitting at all the organs of the party, when you have money that has come in, you may actually not even disclose the source. But we sit, we have a finance committee, you disclose it, you can tell us that the source does not want to be known. And then it is formally expended. That's why the Deputy Treasurer General, the Honorable Mwijuchi, also doesn't know. So if this money came in, the first thing is to come and disclose it, and then institutionally spend that money. Then you all take responsibility for it. But this particular one, as the Honorable Mwijuchi said, was being spent at his residence. And I have told you, the time of arrival is the time you see. There are things that I will not say because I don't want to be indecent.
Well, Honorable Nandala, do you insist that the source of funding will never be disclosed?
You see, you know that.
And how honest are you being, especially after bringing out the other shirt issue?
No.
And we are now looking at.
Now, somebody has sent me the message of the shirt. Those are in my earlier years.
You said you never wear short-sleeved shirts.
You watch. I want to tell you, if I have taken, I think more than, okay, let me maybe make it simpler. In the last 10 years, I have not put on a long-sleeved shirt, if I want to be simpler. Because these issues, we are talking of 21. But I can say that was in my formative. Somebody has sent me a message.
Okay.
But you have to tell, and you can see, because I'm not used to it, I'd even forwarded it already. I don't know if you saw it. It wasn't tied. It shows you that I am allergic to long-sleeved shirts.
Yeah, but it's not the first time that you're being photographed with long-sleeved shirts.
No, you check. This is what I have not. What I want to state, I have said, in this, you see, anybody who mentions the man, that's why we have said, bring evidence. And I want to tell you, because the one whom you're talking about, Deputy Treasurer General, he's fundraising. He has never fundraised even 1 shilling. If he fundraised for himself. Because those are the people, those are things we're talking about. The committee does not, that committee you're talking of finance is chaired by the Treasurer General.
Okay.
Now,
did the BSG question the source of money at any moment when you took money to him?
No.
And
you see, that is where we are saying he never. And that's why it was one of the things which was taken.
Did you take money to his residence?
I have said yes. And what he never questioned.
Where did you pick it from?
From the bank. And I've even given them a statement of a bank, Stanbic Bank, Chambogo.
How did it get onto your account in Stanbic?
You don't know that I'm a businessman. My friend, let me tell you, I am a large taxpayer. I file my returns annually for companies and person. I've just checked, of course, some of my colleagues, they don't file returns. Go and cross-check about me, if you're not aware. I was not coming as a peasant.
But
now, let me make my case. You see? Now, if I was talking about that, is where we make mistakes. But that's one where we have said, I am ready for evidence. Because if doctor said the money was bad, why didn't he return it and say, this evidence, this is stolen what? Stolen money. If when we're receiving the money back because the money was meant for agents, we received it in installments on 14th of January, twice.
Received from
the petrol station in Zambia. So, but that's what I said. Those are matters for the elders.
You withdrew money from your account, took it to Besigye. What did you want him to do with the money?
No, we said for agents. Because let me tell you, every election.
Yet he wasn't participating in the exercise.
Ask him if it was the first time. You ask him.
You see, I think we also need to be honest. Besigye is not here.
Yeah,
That's why I said this issue of the money, the Honorable Nandala should stop provoking us. When you took the money to Besigye, you told him someone had given you money, it was too much, you wanted him to keep it. That's why Besigye convenes the first meeting where you, Nandala, Ekanya, Jack Sabit, Wafuro Ogutusad, and you said the money came from your radio station. Now you are changing stories.
Can you imagine it now?
You said, because first of all, you are choosing Besigye that did not campaign for Amriyat. That bad man, why would you take him money?
No.
The very bad man who is very bad, doesn't campaign for Amriyat, and then you carry money to him. Why? Why didn't you bring it to me? Was it too much that you, Nanda, you cannot keep 300 million shillings?
Now, we're coming now. You have seen. What happened is between me and the Dr.
money, let me tell you, was too much. They were fidgeting with it,
now you imagine.
Looking for where to put it. That's how you went to Besigye's place.
I never went to Besigye's home.
You sent your brother at midnight.
No, Besigye, we were in Katonga.
You said that money.
Now you were not there. You
with your brother. I know because
I am the one. I went on second.
And Besigye was frightened.
No way.
That's how he convenes the first meeting. Wafura, Jack Sabit, Ekanya. You sat in the meeting.
Besigye fears 300 million.
300 million.
He was frightened that someone can bring you money to say we have too much money. Can you help us keep it?
If he has kept billions, you want to tell you if he has done it.
Why of all people would you consider Besigye to receive
who
money?
Is a very hostile man, not campaigning.
You said he wasn't supporting your candidate. What kind of dishonesty is this?
No. On 2nd October, campaigns are not. Are you getting me? It was 2nd October.
But the meeting had sat in the Besigye's compound with you. I was there, and he said, you will find me in the shade reading books. I am not following you in your campaigns.
No. He never said anything like that.
But people were there. You can bring here Wafura. Ask Ekanya.
I think let us be frank to each other. Let me tell you that the money was taken on 2nd October 2020. The campaign went up to 14th of January. Those were more than 2.5 months.
And all throughout, Besigye was keeping the money.
Exactly. That's why we are saying. That's why you can ask. And we have done it always. Why? Because we said they can garnish my account. For agents, let us keep this. And it was for that. You see, we had said each polling station we shall pay 10,000.
How did Besigye react when you took the money?
First of all, we talked at Katonga. You see, if people are sincere, we talked at Katonga. Then he said, no, you go and get it, you bring it to my home. I'll be there in the evening. And you can't say it was midnight. It when we drew it, the boy drove at about 6 to Kanani's place. And that's why by then a good thing, the bank is very eager listen to me, even the bank is very eager to give us the cameras.
Do we then say that Amuriati's campaigns were solely funded by Nandala Mafabi?
No, that's it. Now what we are trying to say that those were the poorly funded campaigns. These other campaigns of Doctor were in billions, 10, 15. This was not more than 3 billion. It was the most poorly funded campaign.
Listen, a poorly funded campaign where you bought brand new.
That was an advert. You say branding.
Brand new.
You see branding.
Double cabin pickups.
And I want you to tell you,
Ford.
Mr. Moderator, that if you went to motor cares, if they are listening, they will show you that we last...
Was it Cooper or Motor Care?
Motor Care. Yes. We last paid in 2022. That means we paid it over a period of what? Time.
And where were you getting the money from?
From the party.
A broke party?
No, we're not a broke party. Are you not aware we get money from funding from Political Organizations Act? We get money. Are you getting it?
Why are you oblivious of all these facts that the party has money and they've been able to clear off all the outstanding debts?
See, let me tell you, this issue of the money, and that's why we had wanted to handle it internally. At every stage, the amount is different. Just discount the amount of the pickups, the 300 that is with Dr. Besich, the money that we gave to candidates for nomination, I had a budget, and Nandala gave me money to do branding. And all
in your constituency?
No. This was money to do branding of the presidential candidate. The money was too much.
Did you partake of the suspicious money?
No, I was given money to do branding, and I accounted to him.
I've never got accountability, sir.
You can lie. The one you brought to the working committee, who gave it to you?
You see,
you like lying and playing a victim.
No, I want to tell you that I am here.
It cannot save you.
No, and I'm going.
It cannot save you. You can deny 24 hours. I gave you because there was an order for you to account for all the money, and you brought accountability.
How much were you given?
Committee. 170 million. That's the one I used to do billboards for Amriyat, to buy a vehicle which he bought himself.
And you couldn't question the source then?
We had received money from Electoral Commission, 1.8 billion. There was no need for me. Under Muntu, we have borrowed money. This is not a secret. We went to Crane Bank and borrowed 800 million shillings to sponsor candidates. The money was brought there, we distributed it. This is the first time that even the money that has come from Electoral Commission, you have to go and ask the Secretary General, because the systems are broken down, they are not there. So someone can come here and attempt to soil Besigi. Because for me, the issue, why did you have to go and keep the money of Besigi?
Is the 300 or 400 that you took to Besige part of the money you picked from the Electoral Commission? No. You see, I have a statement and I've showed them. But let me tell you, when he makes a mistake that we want to move to Grand Bank to borrow money to pay Nani, I was at, please, I want to be, let me tell you, we have never borrowed money from Grand Bank to pay for candidates. The money we borrowed from Nani Orient Grand Bank was basically for the property we have.
Is it Grain or Orient? Or Orient Grain?
We borrowed for nomination because the money from Electoral Commission delayed.
Grand Bank,
yes.
For purpose of
you cannot lie. Even simple things. Because why would you hide that?
I'm going to explain some of the borrowing. The borrowing we have got, let me tell you, there have been two. Yes, she was all up. We used to borrow from the circle. Two, the maximum you could borrow in the bank like Ukraine on your own, it could not go beyond 50 million.
Honorable Nandala,
now,
is there an invisible funder you're hesitant to name?
No. There's no invisible funder, but there are funders you cannot name. We have, you see, let me tell you.
But Njera, you are jumping from one question to another. We have 300 from Nandala's account. Where is the money for buying vehicles came from?
It's there. Everything is there has been accounted.
So it came from where?
You go, I've told you, we have paid the money over a period of what time? We have money we have borrowed. There was a resolution. We are not going to bring and talk about everything we do in the party here. And that's where people go wrong. They want us to come here again. To come, but
some of the arguments or the submissions that you make are rather personal. You go to an extent of saying, we started seeing one of the beneficiaries raising apartments during campaigns.
I don't want to be provoked to say things.
You say it. Because today we're going to say it.
With my experience.
You say it.
With my no. You are not the moderator. Account for the money where you
no, you say it. Today we're here.
The reason I asked this because I wanted to leave it broader, so other people can also ask questions. I have told you I have been in charge of branding presidential campaigns. I've been part of the campaign bureaus since 2011, 2016, and then 2021 elections. People can come here and demand for evidence. So you mean when Museveni gives you money, you're going to issue him a receipt?
You must sign.
He's going to give you a receipt.
When you went for Article 110, didn't you sign?
Which Article 110?
I hope you know it.
No, I don't know. Tell me. Tell me. The money that come to me in Parliament, we went with you.
No, that's...
We went with you. Because you said when we went. I've never gone with you.
You went to Article 110. Now, do you know what it is?
No. Tell me, where did we go? You see,
no, please. You are at liberty.
Yes.
You are at liberty to spill the beans. Okay, I need to hear this.
Now let me explain to you. You see, Semuji wants to be Mr. Clean. I want to tell you, I have here a document for 6 months only. If you compute the number of days he traveled in 6 months outside of the country, is 145 days. Internally, it is 48.
I need to look at this.
I'm going to give it to you. 148 days plus 145 days plus 48 is 193 days. Yet 6 months is only 183 days. He got a total of 374 million. He travels business class.
No, but these are
Listen.
diversionary allegations.
No. What sure about cleanliness?
No, it's okay. Let him go ahead.
You see
We
here,
deal with it once and for all.
You see here, let me tell you, you cannot be in one place twice. I get it.
2 places twice.
Yeah, 2 places twice.
At the same time.
Okay, more than once. 2, this one we have brought, if we brought 2001, because we want to be a bit nani, you would see how people really have played with this country. You get 2002, under this document.
If I could just take a look.
No, let him first finish. Let him first finish.
Oh, please send
and
send
we
me.
deal with
Please
it.
send it to me. Please send it to me. Please send it to me. Well, this is interesting.
So, if a man can say he's clean, in 6 months he has earned 374 million. In 1 year, there's a year where he earned a total of over 700 million. It clearly shows there are people who want to pretend to be clean when they are not.
Okay.
Let me make my case.
No, let him complete. Let him complete.
It wouldn't be an issue if he earns legitimately, unless you are saying some of the earning, some of the payments
It's dubious.
are dubious.
You read through.
Okay.
And what we want today to do today is to ask government, because you see, IGG looks for people, URA looks for people, back duties here.
Okay.
Let me make my case. 2, you are saying that we made money with boycott. He branded himself with billboards.
No, let's first finish with this.
No, we're going, because I want to tell you in context.
But I think it's very
No, it's
important.
okay. Let Nandala finish. Let him finish.
He branded himself with billboards.
Yes.
His billboards was over 1 billion shilling.
A billboard.
No, you check the bills he made, billboards. Did you see them? Check. Every 5 meters, you will get a billboard with same with you. Every billboard. So when you look at people, because they have known where they pick the money, they assume everybody goes there. And that's why we have to ask those questions, those tough questions.
Where does Semuju pick money
So
from?
are you, Honorable Nandala, are you saying
By insinuation.
that Semuju picks money from State House
But what is that?
or from President Museveni, and therefore he thinks you also go to the same source? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying so.
Okay,
Because for
great.
him, he knows how people pick money
Let's
from
bring the
State
ball
House.
to Semuju.
From
Over
all
to
the
you,
people that
Honorable
from State House.
Semuju.
First of all,
Because
You're
if he
taking over my role, but
first
it's
of
okay.
all, I am very happy. Even a kids of nursery would not reason like Nandala Mafabi. You gave me money to do Amriati's billboards. How many billions did you give me for Amriat? A billboard in Soroti, in Indeba, along with the Gaba Road, in Kamocha. How many billions did you give me? You don't even remember that the biggest amount per billboard was 7 million. You don't even remember. The money for travels in Parliament. Parliament has a well-elaborated procurement system. There is no Parliament will give you tickets to go to 3 destinations the same day. Nandala, did you go to school?
Today we were going
Did you go to school?
I went.
And you think the elaborate parliamentary procurement system can give someone 3 tickets to leave the same day to go to 3 places? Parliament, before you get any travel, the speaker will sign, the clerk, the director of finance, another accountant, you first account for the previous. But because, and you see, this document that is a...
Flashing.
Yes. The first time it came out, it was Museveni's family who wanted me arrested. I don't know how they gave it to you. Because they are the ones who had it. When I read Museveni's budget in Parliament, they wanted me arrested, and that's why they are trying to put together. That's how you work with them. So
No,
they now
that
passed
one we're going
they
to
now
say.
passed it over to you to come
where is the
to
source
come
of this,
and do
Honorable
Those are
the-
government
and
documents.
do
And
the
I
arreg.
want, I want to tell you this today.
see,
Where is the source?
Kagwa, let me tell you today. This one now,
let me go to-
we want now, because
No,
now
where is the source of this?
that's a government document. It's not stamped, but it's a government document. And I want to state it to you today. If
From which office?
If
From,
do you ask him
from
the-
which office did you obtain
Don't
this?
worry about the office.
No, it's very important.
Whistleblowers, you don't give information.
Okay.
Now let him deny that that's not his payments.
I have told you, Parliament cannot
No,
issue
do you
tickets
deny it first?
to depart.
6 months.
No, I mean this forgery. I have told you.
No, do you deny it? Do you deny
the
it?
first group that was parading it was Museveni's family.
Number 2.
Let me now finish with the issue of billboards. I did billboards. I don't know why they were very painful to you. You see, Nandala, for me, I plan my campaign because I use my head. For you, use your body. A billboard in Ichira, the biggest amount you pay for a billboard in Ichira per month, because you are renting. Let me teach you now. You do business. I don't know how you do it. Even musicians, they have billboards. And you have been around, some of you had billboards. A billboard in Ichira, the highest amount you pay to rent a billboard in Ichira is 2.5 million per month. For 3 months, you need 7.5. There are also billboards of less than $1 million shilling. And I saw you at a press conference, said, because you said you even worked for World Bank. I don't know, maybe they were balancing to have given you a job. That you can't even do billboards, you can't check in Kampala how much is a billboard. You've seen even musicians who are going to have a concert of not more than 20 million have a billboard. And you think an MP who earns the amount of money that you know because you earn it cannot have a billboard. You should stop being diversionary.
You finish and
You
I
should
also-
stop being
no, no.
diversionary.
No, so let me.
Okay. Okay. I want to go to Honorable Winnie. Honorable Winnie hasn't said anything in this hour. We just want to be fair to
Let me
her.
respond to this gentleman. You see, this gentleman wants to be very bright by being abusive. But I want to tell him that you will not divert me.
No.
The
but
way you are being
also
abused.
not answered.
No, he is not answering. How do I do business? I do business, and I account. I studied, and what I do is that when I was employed on merit.
Okay, Honorable Nandala.
So what?
Honorable Nandala. Just a second. Honorable
Because you want to
Nandala.
escape.
How much did you contribute to Amuriat's campaign from your account?
Me? It's a lot of money. I've even contributed to Dr. Jessica.
No. How
I
much
can't
for the
mention.
2021 campaigns?
I can't.
How much did you contribute?
You ask Jessica how much I've contributed to you.
No.
No, I'm not going to answer.
In precise terms.
No, I'm not going to answer that one.
No, you said you picked 300 million
No,
from
I'm
your
not going
account.
to answer that one. Please.
Honorable Winnie, with all these contradictions and the growing
This one we're going
animosity
to
between
investigate.
the two camps, Katonga and Najananku,